think, you know, it's kind of sad. Dude, that's a song. What the hell? Team SMG, I like that. I need to get that. Yeah, imagine just you go to a major to play a big tournament and your parents are like, we always supported you, right, son? Right?
This whole time, we were your biggest fans.
Your biggest fans, always. We never plugged out the electric cord out of your PC. Never. We never shut down the internet when you were playing 12 hours a day. Never.
We never went into the router settings and blocked all traffic to Valve or to Dota servers. No.
Wait. What the hell? Are your parents like some super smart engineers, dude?
It's like, we're going to go next level to stop you from playing.
Traffic to Valve? Oh my God.
People are serious about stopping us from gaming, fam. But, oh no, JT, does he have charge? He does not, but he should be fine. It's a spirit cow.
Yeah, he's
God,
good.
dude, he's so tanky. He's got 3 gauntlets and he has 950 health. Are you kidding me at level 1?
Yep, that's Spirit Breaker for you, together with a lot of armor as well. You're not taking that boy down. You reminded me, man, of the days when I had to... You remember the dial-up days? Did you have dial-up ever?
Nah, I never had dial-up internet, so thank God I skipped that era, I suppose.
I had dial-up, and basically when you're on internet, your phone makes funny noises, like beep, 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 something like that. So you can't use your phone when you're on dial-up. So I would have to take phone from my mom and dad and hide it in my room.
The things we do for Dota. Chalice, sadly, he can't hide away.
Oh,
he gets caught out. They found the phone. Oh no, this is worst case scenario. Not only does he end up giving up first blood, but the first blood goes to a mid laner who already has a favorable matchup in this lane. Oh no.
Yeah, this is probably Flame. This is Flame area, you know. If you're Somnus right now, you're like, Chalice, bro, do we need that rune? Did we have to get it? Probably not. But nice last and the nice so far from Somnus, getting those range creeps. So kind of evening it out at least a tiny little bit in the first wave.
Making sure that the disadvantage is overcome by raw execution. Top side, we have this Monkey King, Ghost, of course, going to be backed up by the Silencer. They have some kill threat into FY especially, with the slows and just Monkey King being Monkey King. And even bottom lane has kill threat as well. Looks like it's going to be one of those games, Liz, where either one of two things happens. 0 kills at 5 minutes, or we'll have 10 by that point. I don't see it in between.
Yes, I absolutely agree. I feel like that's exactly the case. Lu took like 50% HP from one go, and that's before even the bash comes online for JT. And they didn't even commit Blood Grenade. And they want to take him down as low as possible before Doppelganger comes online. When it comes to top lane, I feel like, yeah, there's some kill potential, but it's not as volatile as bottom. Bottom is the crazy kill lane, but I say that as they go on Silencer, maybe.
Yeah. Going on to the Silencer and DUI trying to run away, but will almost end up dead. Beautifully done by Ghost. Boundless Strike to interrupt the Timber Chain. That will keep the Silencer alive.
Yeah, I feel like you can die, obviously, as in any lane, but you probably shouldn't be dying. As Silencer, you can also use Curse versus Shadow Demon and Timbersaw, make it a bit easier for Monkey to run them down. There's potential to outplay on both sides.
Speaking of outplays, as we turn our attention back middle, Paparazzi started to get closer to leading the pack against Ember Spirit, but Somnus still doing a really good job. Unfortunately for him, we've reached that point, Liz. Level 3, Queen of Pain. Feels bad, man. So annoying to play into.
Yeah, he does have Sleight of Fist, right? So that's something that you can use at least a little bit versus her. She's gonna be... Paparazzi will be obviously just fake pumping it, you know, making you use Sleight of Fist and then actually, but I feel like most players got really good at just reading these bluffs, you know, Never slide fisting. When Shadow Strike actually isn't coming your way. As I say that.
The Costas curse is strong with Lizard these last few days. My man just leveled up. Somnus might actually be dead in this mid lane.
Nah, he's
Paparazzi.
fine. He's fine.
He thought about it. He doesn't have Blink though, so he can't actually make the chase.
Somnus has sticks and fairy fire, so diving him here isn't an option.
He's just gonna chill. He's level 4 right now, so a little bit away from getting the full 6, but should still be okay. This is around the time though that unless he ferries in a courier with regen, we should be looking at supports and saying, guys, go die for me, please. Need my bottle refilled.
Pretty much, but after minute 4, right? Like first you get this rune, you heal up from it, and then someone needs to die. Right now, look at these lanes because the fight is gonna happen.
Potentially they wanted to go into Paparazzi middle. Tianming is here, does have blast off, but Screen of Pain with level 5 right now, holding a point into Blink just in case. Okay, does expend it now into the Shadow Strike. So more harass coming out.
I feel like, you know, we joke about heroes dying at this 5th minute mark, but the thing is, if the game is kind of even, this 5th minute mark coincides with level 3s on supports and on cores on the side lanes. And usually you get your first big power spike at level 3, right? You get one of your spells to be level 2 and you go try and get a kill with that. Someone is gonna die. Or someone should die at least. And then you TP mid, refill that bottle.
Looks like the latter prediction came true where there's very few kills at this stage of the game. They're gonna try middle. 4 poison stacks out onto Paparazzi. Does not have Blink. Does have 4 points in or 4 one charges, but it's not enough. Papa will just end up dead.
Papa, that's poison. Don't touch it. Not good for you.
His middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, you don't really see a Shadow Demon coming over, strolling Chalice. He's so dead.
He's super dead. And although they are here with Tianming, I'm not sure they can get revenge. In fact, it might be FY they go on. They jump back in with the Primal Spring of Ghost. FY forced away from DY. And it looks like they will just let DY go. Say, sorry, bro. Nothing we can do to help you out.
FY is going to be big on this Shadow Demon. This is going to be one good Shadow Demon game. Level 4, minute 6. Do you like it?
I love it. He's already stacking, so he's going to get some bonus resources as well. Make sure that everyone else on the team is as huge as possible. And he's probably going to buy, what, Blink, Aether Lens, something like this to increase his cost range?
I really want this. Blink Aether Lens, perhaps not, because you're playing versus Silencer. I feel like you can get one or the other, but Lotus here is very important, or something to get rid of. That global.
Ooh, now you should buy it. We've already seen so many teams against Spirit Breaker prioritizing Dual Scepter, so there's a built-in way to get past it, and good against SP.
Yeah, I think that's an option. Lu is being dove a bit on bot lane, so everyone is on top. This PL is kind of forgotten. Can he joke?
What a player! What a player. Shout out Lu. Although sometimes those jukes can go south, because he literally on top of him with Firefly, Kaka was, but he ends up getting away with it and surviving the incursion on his life.
Yeah, the Yukas were real. Lu survives, gets level 6, continues farming. Nicely done.
Top lane, I think DY might not be as lucky. Tianming doesn't want to dive in too far though, as Kaka comes in, but doesn't have any mana though. Does have Firefly, as well as a Healing Lotus available, so might choose to utilize these, but Ghost, he goes in first. Boundless Strike. That was interesting. Okay. I thought these stuff were supposed to interrupt Boundless, or interrupt the blast off from Techies. Well, Dota 2 is still in beta. Not every interaction is accounted for. The Techies dies regardless.
Yeah, I guess it depends on where it happened. Like, I'm not sure. Like, if it happens while you're flying, it should stun you regardless, I guess. Maybe it was a bit too late. I feel like that's probably the case. He also could have struck to the left. Maybe that would.
Radiant's top
Maybe
tower
that way he'd actually survive. He didn't have to go in.
worthy tribute.
Does end up dead, however, on this techies and Xtreme Gaming. The most important thing for them is that they get to keep Ghost in the tier 1 tower, but you can see how important it is for Azure Ray to muscle him away from this area, open up the map for Chalice, as they're keeping these supports in this area. And I don't think we're too far away from seeing Somnus also make a quick rotation top. And indeed, as I say that, here he starts to move into the top side of the map.
Even leaves a remnant there, goes back mid. Just in case, he knows he can get one more creep wave, nothing's gonna happen on top, then join the fight. Bot lane, charge, nothing's happening, by the way. Don't get, sorry, observer. Don't wanna trigger you. Just a charge. It's the good old charge. This lane, probably nothing's gonna happen on bottom, by the way, unless there are some rotations, JT and PL just free farming.
Yep. Ember will come top to try and help out the techies. Unfortunately for him, Paparazzi willing to commit the Sonic Wave. However, Chalice comes in to help clean up DY. So 1-1 trade here in the river. Yeah, I guess it doesn't really change anything for either lineup all that much.
Yeah, if he saved the Sonic Wave, maybe he could have used it on Timber. But if he saved it, Timber wouldn't join that fight, right? The reason why they're moving everyone on top is Timber usually wants to be a lane-dominating bully that at this point already is taking down your tower, right? Like he's hitting it.
Yeah.
But he can't do that versus Monkey. Ghost is just chilling and farming, and you can't really bully him out as a Timber saw. As you can see on the charge bottom, baited. Nothing's gonna happen once again. But
Poor Scriff.
yeah, but this time around, Batrider is around, so a kill is possible. We'll see.
They both have their ultimates available. You've seen a Bat and the Spirit Breaker, so they certainly could find a kill bottom. I would maybe like to see them try to get a kill elsewhere if they're really struggling with this PL, but at the same time, they're not in that much of a rush. Yes, they know that PL is going to be a problem, but own cores are getting quite a bit of net worth. We're not going to be that far away from a Shadow Blade for JT. There's Queen of Pain, already a third of the way towards the Aghanim Scepter, and Ghost is obviously farming the Battle Fury, so not that much impetus for Xtreme Gaming to do anything on the map right now.
Yeah, they are. They do have global. I feel like you said, not a lot of impetus, no enchantress in the game, but they could use the global and the lasso. And it looks like they are moving towards good old Chalice.
Finds himself scouted by a Siege Dragon as well as an Observer Ward, so he is definitely in danger. They kill off techies on the other side of the map, but the real big prize is going to be this Timber Saw. Chalice does end up getting brought down. And Azure Ray, they smoke up with Ember and the Shadow Demon, but they're going to head bottom, and I'm not sure they'll be able to get the kill they want off of this, unfortunately.
Unless he kind of charges through them, right? Let's see, they're even moving through the triangle, perhaps to ward it up first, check out those wards. And they also checked out JT, they know where he is. It should be quick. Should be quick, let's see.
Demonic Purge comes out, Global Silence will be there, however, and JT attempting to TP out. Will he get there in time? Yes, he will. The Global bails him out of trouble. Kaka, though, he showed up thinking he might need to render aid, and all he's going to be assisting is the gold numbers of Azure Ray as Somnus cleans up his life. Goes to get a shield rune to boot. But JT lives, which is the most important part.
Yeah, unnecessary really for the bat to be dying there. But understandable, he TPs to try and save. The global that they used, it was defensive. So they can't use it again to perhaps kill off Ember or the Timber Saw. By the way, Timber, the lowest core in the game when it comes to net worth. It's 12 minutes in, it doesn't really... It matters, but it's not like a huge difference. Like, it's 500 gold, one good fight, and he's back completely. Mid lane.
Mid lane. Paparazzi will end up in a situation where he denies the tier 1 tower. Very nicely done by the Quap. Gets away from the blast off as well, so doesn't put his life in jeopardy to do so.
Yeah, the game is in the state in which you get hit once as co-op by this Ember Spirit and you lose a chunk of your HP. It's very annoying. Like, Orb of Corrosion, Phase Boots, and the Javelin, it really, really hurts. And Somnus, he can already start making plays on the map.
Thomas is already channeling his inner Wind Ranger, going straight for the Gleipnir on this Ember Spirit. I mean, getting roots against heroes like Queen of Pain, Spirit Breaker, that sounds very, very good. Batrider might also be rooted into position and killed off. He does throw the lasso out onto the Ember Spirit, and we'll see the first Wukong's command of the game come out. Somnus inside the Wukongs. There will be a Shadow Demon save to buy time, but I don't think Somnus lives here. He does actually get out. The Nether Strike doesn't come in time from JT. So Xtreme Gaming have to end up fleeing away from the area. Somehow Azure Ray killed both supports and the Ancients and walk away.
Really nicely done by them. You could see the Ember coming into play just as we discussed it. There was no global, I believe, at that point. There is now, though. So if you're Xtreme Gaming, you can perhaps find the fight once again. Why Ember is building the Gleipnir that you mentioned, I feel like it's purely the lack of catch on their team. You have what? Maybe Shadow Demon and Blast Off, besides the Searing Chains, obviously.
Speaking of Blast Off, it's going to come through middle because they're going to utilize it onto Ghost. He tried to dodge it with the Mischief. Not going to be good enough, though. Ends up dead. The kill going towards Chalice, who finishes him off with a Chakram. That was a very nice gank because it happened just as Xtreme Gaming were moving on their own adventure top, but they don't find this PL. Oh, as I say that, though, Lu goes back into the wave to farm this. Oh, no. Global Silence will be used as well to ensure they get this kill. They drop down the Sonic Wave, too. Everything utilized, but it does get the kill. Unfortunately, though, Kaka cannot escape as Chalice kills him off. JT in a similar position as brought down by Somnus. So, yes, they get the Ember or the kill on the PL, but it's not an easy or cheap kill to get. It's very expensive for the Phantom Lancer.
Yup. Very, very expensive indeed. It took them so much time. Like, he doesn't even have a ton of, I guess, power threads on strength, and that's it. And it was still super difficult to take him down. Maybe because he was under tier 2 as well. You know, getting a little bit of a buff over there is helpful.
I'm staying alive. He's going to be getting closer to that heart that you mentioned. And here's a Lotus Soul for the Timber Soul. You can start playing some more Dota for Chalice,
Yeah, the game changes from the moment one of them has Lotus Orb. You can use it on SD as well, and perhaps the SD can go for more of a build that you talked about, the Blink, the Aether Lance. It seems like he might even get both. Look, Blink, he already has Void Stone and Arcane Boots, queuing up Aghanims afterwards. Seems good.
Okay. Ooh, Lizard. Mechanics question time.
Please, no.
So
it's too early.
Yes, yes.
I'm kidding. Go. What's up?
So once Queen of Pain buys Aghanim Scepter, right?
Yeah.
If you, as Timber Soul, if you put Echo Shell on a target, and then Queen of Pain uses the Ag's Shadow Strike on that target, does it reapply the normal Shadow Strike to her and her team, or the Ag's version?
I feel like it should be the Ag's version. Why not? Right?
It should be, yeah.
Yeah, it changes the spell fundamentally, so it should be the Axe version. I thought you were gonna ask something about Shadow Demon. This guy scares me. I love Shadow Demon. He's one of my favorite supports. But
why does he scare you then?
I don't know. The mechanics of the hero always scared me. They changed, like Script just showed Disseminate. They changed this spell way too many goddamn times. Even FY doesn't know what it does. He's not skilling it. He's like, yeah, just leave it to the side.
Dire's top tower.
He's like, who has time to figure out all these new abilities? I'm just going to play the old school Shadow Demon. Sort of similar to when JT's playing Magnus. He's like, these newfangled builds, I don't have time to learn this stuff.
Look, like Disseminate now, they share some damage between the heroes. They're sharing some damage there.
Yeah.
Give me back the good old Disseminate back in the day. You know, what was the name of the spell where you lose half of your HP instantly?
Oh gosh, dude,
what was the name? Can you remember?
I cannot, if I'm honest. What was the name of the spell actually? The W. Somebody in chat, let us know who the Shadow Demon players out here. I will be honest, I think I've only played Shadow Demon like
Soul Catcher.
twice in my life. Soul Catcher, there we go.
Because you were catching souls, and no one told me this, especially not our observers. I was just, I just remembered.
Soul Catcher. Also, I will say Soul Catcher had a really cool, like the thumbnail. Looked really cool.
Yeah, I love, I mean, Shadow Demon, probably one of my favorite sports. You know, whatever has some high skill ceiling Somnus, very high skill ceiling, dodges the lasso.
He can't dodge global, however, as he gets charged into and killed off by JT. And Azure Ray right now. Fine Chalice being nether struck as well. He needs to get out of this fight. He timber chains away, but he timber chains into a Monkey King. FY will at least get the disruption out. And there's Tianming buying even more time with the blast off. And now Ghost falls to the mines of Tianming. Chalice is still alive throughout this fight. Will eventually take a tumble, but he's maybe set up Blue to kill off Paparazzi. But the blink comes back off cooldown. So Papa able to blink himself away. 2-for-1 exchange there. Without Tianming, it would have been 2-for-0. But the techies showing his value in this game so far.
Very nicely done by him. Also, Timber baiting out the monkey and then dodging away. I feel like Monkey did the least amount of damage and also died. Feels bad, man. Ember going in, dodging the first attempt to lasso him with a slight fist. But then Global came in. Can't dodge that, like you said. Even with the Lotus, he was already lassoed afterwards.
Xtreme Gaming will, of course, be very happy that they found themselves that kill, but unhappy that Monet, or Ghost rather, I'm just thinking of Monet from yesterday, ended up dying on this Monkey King, because he needs to be going toe-to-toe with the PL at all stages of the game.
Yeah, but he did build a Battle Fury build, right? So he needs to keep up, and he is keeping up. Like the Monkey King is doing extremely well. 10K, top of the net worth charts. I feel like Ghost he's in his happy place. He's thriving in his lane. Nurtured, satisfied, prospering, getting the BKB.
ASAP Ghost is out here doing his thing, but needs to be careful here, as we do have a smoke move from Azure Ray. Ghost has vacated the area. The only one remaining here is Kaka, who also doesn't have any mana at the moment. Does have a Blink Dagger. Let's see if they end up finding him. Blink, not going to be disabled. Somnus, does he get him? His smoke will pop. Kaka trying to get away, but they found him.
Yeah.
Saw's mates caught him out. They're going to kill him off. And Kaka just buying some items before he goes down, but he knows what's up. In the meantime, though, they do find Tianming. And that's going to be a very nice kill. I'm sure Ghost wishes he got the kill himself for some revenge on that Goblin Techies.
I mean, everyone wishes to kill techies. That's not just a Ghost thing, man. Don't you just want to kill techies every time you see him in the game? I feel like everyone has still some... Even though the hero is pretty fair, right? And look, he's not fair in a broken way. He's still broken. But it's a fair hero overall to play, not like before. You have some million mines in a single spot and you just die to them and you're like, oh my god, I don't want to play this game. But we are still,
I don't know, man,
suffering from PTSD.
Yep. I'll never get over techies. And I think, well, one of the reasons I still can't get over it is the fact that this hero can still prevent so many parts of movement just by planting mines. How is it fair that a hero can spend so little mana to break smoke on the other side of the map without having to put himself in jeopardy?
Well, he's not really breaking smoke. He's just... If he's careful enough, he will understand it, but... It's... Yeah, well, I don't think it's that bad.
I'm assuming that these players...
Snare...
always understand it.
Snare, you're pushing it. I feel like...
Bro, it's too much.
You're pushing it. We should remove Hawks from the game of Beastmaster then as well, right? Or illusions from certain heroes. I mean,
that's cool.
It's similar, though. Similar. Remove Aether Remnant. It breaks smokes.
Nerf Void Spirit? Okay, you see, Lizard, now we're speaking the same language. Now we're on the same page. I'm done.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Smoke on
Looks like we're
smoke.
gonna have a big smoke here coming in from AR. They're gonna go in. Somnus wasn't involved in said smoke, but they don't have vision of him anyway. But unfortunately for Azure Ray, like you said, it's smoke on smoke action, so XG already had their own adventure fail. They leave the area. And if JT is careful and doesn't reveal himself middle too early at least, he should be fine. And looks like he will be.
Let's see, yeah, they want to go here. They see maybe the Spirit Breaker only. So if they go on Quap, it could be huge. However, there is still the global silence that they have to worry about. I just love that all the teams have recognized just how important twin gates are. And let's see.
Okay, there's the global silence you're talking about. They deploy it onto Somnus with the Wukong's command as well, and they do have enough damage to kill him. Charge from JT catches Chalice, so they want the Timber Saw as well. FY in the meantime going to be the first casualty from Ghost who gets a double in this fight. Chalice really trying to run away, but JT prevents that from happening, and he gets mopped up as well.
I really want to see the replay of that, because you remember when I was talking about Lotus of Shadow Demon and how he didn't buy it? Well, I thought he didn't buy it because he has Timber next to him, right? Timber has Lotus, he uses it on Shadow Demon. Shadow Demon saves the lasso target. Well, it didn't happen for some reason. Let's see, I think maybe he was a bit too far away or something like that. Shadow Demon all the way to the left, Timber all the way to the right. You see they're running towards each other. Oh, Timber got slowed. Yeah.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, basically their game plan and the way the teamfight should go for Azure Ray and why they smoked up is because they have this Aether Lance on one hero and Lotus on the other, and they're thinking they can play against both Lasso and Global with them, but it didn't happen, Snare. Sometimes things just don't happen your way, and you're a sad boy.
But for want of 100 units, they end up losing that fight. And because they lose that fight, they lose Roshan. And the map starts to feel in a very awkward place. That's just the way of Dota. One small bad thing cascades into a million more.
I love JT and his approach to the Spirit Breaker. He's like, I don't need Diagonim's to reduce my cooldowns.
Is he buying Octarine?
Yeah,
he already has it.
He got it, yeah.
Man, I love JT so much. Chalice, trying to share some love with Ghost at the moment, but he needs to be careful of overextending here. DY will find himself in the hands and clutches of Somnus. So they just get the free kill, they force out the BKB charge. All right, that's fine for them.
Yeah, the BKB charge is maybe even bigger than the kill on Silencer at this point. So they get that. Ghost is getting closer to Butterfly though. Battle Fury and Butterfly and BKB. Monkey feels, yeah, he's pretty damn strong. I'm still very concerned for the next fights because PL did complete the Axe.
No. PL does indeed have Axe. The bounce around as FY just dies top. This also finishes the SNK for this Queen of Pain. What should be coming next for her? Do we go offensive with some like Hex, maybe some Revenant Brooch or whatever, or a bit more defensive with some like Shiva's BKB?
I think both are a good idea actually. Mid lane.
We have a small fight happening here. Last two onto Somnus. The Sonic Wave ends up killing off Tianming, and the Global Silence, is it layered well enough to kill off this Ember Spirit? The charge will be there, the bashes were out, and the kill does happen. 1 second away from living, but that second takes too long to come.
Yeah, with the bashes, it was just enough. And Spirit Breaker now on 3.5k gold, very close to Axe. I think Shivas that you mentioned is also not bad. I like the Hex, I like the Shivas. Maybe even some Mjolnir wouldn't be that terrible. But Shivas, like you said, you called it defensive. I wouldn't call it that defensive. You're playing into a PL. It messes him up quite a bit in his illusions, so...
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it.
We'll see what Papa opts to do. JT, like you said, finishing... Wait, he actually changed his mind from finishing Aghanim Scepter. Went for Lincoln Sphere instead on JT.
Interesting.
Okay, so doesn't want to get himself disrupted in the midst of the fight. Maybe feeling that him getting off Nether Strike is of utmost importance for them.
Yeah, when there's a Spirit Breaker in the game, you want to buy Lincolns, even if you're the Spirit Breaker, I guess. So he's getting that. He's having a really good game, by the way. He's, as a Bara term, he's on the 3rd spot in the net worth. There's
But
a
the
sentry,
Battle
though.
might be dead right now because he walks underneath a Sentry Ops combo. Because of the Demonic Purge, this Spirit Cow is not going to be going anywhere. Disruption to interrupt him even further. And they do end up killing him off. Well, that's a pretty big deal. Fortunately, there's no Roshan to be claimed away from them, but JT will be not happy about dying there.
Yeah, JT is probably one of those. You mentioned it yesterday as well. I feel like he's one of those offlaners that
Radiant's bottom
likes to
tower is
innovate the most with his
Dire's top
with his
tower
builds.
is under attack.
He's the one that steps outside of the meta very often.
Very few other Spirit Breakers are building immediate Octarine, skipping over BKB even, going straight Lincolns. I wonder if he actually comes back for either the BKB or the Aghanims here.
Yeah, I feel like Ags is still pretty damn good of an item to skip out completely on. Cooldown on Octarine is, what, 8.3, on Ags is 7. Now, the trick about Octarine isn't necessarily, like, you buy it because it's just so easy to get. Passo is on an illusion. Yeah, nice bait. Timber is probably one of those heroes that you can't really tell it's an illusion because he wants to be that far out. In general, you want to be playing aggressively. Yeah, by the way, Octarine right now, not necessarily the most broken item, but the fact that you can buy a Vanguard and then disassemble it into Octarine kinda is.
Disassembly is still a problem, like we were discussing yesterday. FY should end up dead in the mid lane. Buy some time with the disruption and actually blinks away. They've drawn JT pretty deep into the fight. Netherstrike will still be there with the global silence. Man, they really want FY. And they've expended a lot of tools to get him. The question is, can they get out? They find JT with the Searing Chains combo. He doesn't have a BKB. Wukong's command is popped to try and zone some space and buy time for the Spirit Breaker to charge away. This maneuver will succeed. XG will retreat. And Azure Ray will waste a buyback on Shadow Demon in the process.
Yeah, it's kind of wasted. At the same time, Global has been used by DY, so this is a chance for you to fight if you're Azure Ray. I feel like you need to be taking a fight right now. And why are they forcing a fight on Shadow Demon so hard? Because they have to. If you aren't killing FY, I don't think Azure Ray is going to make the same mistake of not lotusing him fast enough. I guess that's my issue with this build. Like when you mentioned that Blink and Aetherlance, I really like it. It's probably the best thing you can get on the guy. But when you're playing versus Silencer, you're relying a lot on that teammate with a Lotus.
And he's not even building some Dispel now. He's going straight into the 4-star thereafter. So maybe he feels we're past the point where he's reasonably expected to make a big impact just with buying a Yules or whatever. So trust into Chalice we go.
Yeah, use this game, even though it's good versus Spirit Breaker, it's not a solution to the Silencer. It's not good. Like, you need an instant Dispel. Because the hero that gets gone on with Global and Lasso is gonna die by the time you use yourself up and down.
So what you're saying is that he has to buy a BKB Manta. I get it.
It would be cool, but he didn't get the Zeus treatment. He doesn't have an actual carry potential.
Yeah, I see.
Dire's top tower
TSU Tower will fall in the top lane, but Azure Ray not going to be content with simply the building. They want to add some lives to their roster as they smoke up. They can find a good kill before Roshan spawns, and you can get control of the area and then take the big man down. But Xtreme Gaming, aware that something like this might be coming, they're playing very close to their tier 2. And I say that though, but JT overextends a little bit. He was underneath the Sentry Ward, but as of now, they do not have access to a gem, it doesn't seem like, so there's no easy way to catch him unless he's under a Sentry.
I feel like there is never an easy way to catch Spirit Breaker, right? Right now with the Lincolns as well. so hard. They are still moving towards him, though.
What's he gonna decide to do? You're just hiding.
Yeah,
It's actually a nice place to hide, right? Waiting for the next Roche.
It's very cozy, yeah, I feel like. Exactly enough space for a cow to fit in. Feels good. I like it. I'd hide there too as well.
Can fit both lizards and cows, maybe at the same time. Nice. His allies are coming in right now, as they are aware that some kind of play could be happening down bottom. Ghost is going to jump through the trees to give them some flying vision, of course. But feels like Roshan is going to be the next port of call. And normally when we've seen this happen on Radiant side, for some reason it keeps being one team just gets disastrously wiped around the Twin Gate. So let's see if that's going to end up happening here again as well.
Usually it's easier for the team with techies, right? Because they can mine up the Twin Gate, mine up everything around the Roche Pit. You don't have to go inside to know if it's up or not, which enables you to play the map. Plus you have the outpost here to TP to.
Everyone just playing coy, playing chicken, keeping heroes around the area. Nobody wants to be the first team to completely give up this positioning, especially not with this Roshan. It's 20 seconds away, we know that. They just know it's coming in some indeterminate time. Stressful game so far for both of these lineups, but it is a 6K lead for Xtreme Gaming. However, they're playing into PL, and we've often seen these PL games after a certain point in time, unless it's a dramatic net worth lead, some like 10 plus, it doesn't matter as much to a sufficiently farmed Phantom Lancer.
Yeah. I feel like Monkey still here in this game is in a really good spot to deal with him. Like, has a ton of farm. PL. Yesterday we witnessed a game in which he just slowly choked out the enemy team, right? Like, there was absolutely nothing they could do to this Heart Axe. I feel like this game around, they do have enough burst. Let's see, Kaka goes in.
Kaka gets the lasso out onto Chalice. There's going to be, though, the disruption in from FY to interrupt and save Chalice before the global even came out. He does still end up dead, however, through the Wukongs. Somnus also going to be in danger as he gets nether struck back. He's trying to escape away from this fight, zipping this way and that. He ends up killing off DY, and here comes Lu, reaping in damage. However, Ghost is still so strong with his BKB. Paparazzi forced to pop his own BKB, running away from Lu and the boys. But now that Ghost's yellow form is down, his life is open and his life is gone. XG end up buying back on both of their supports, but it's too late. They can't be here in time to save the life of this Monkey King. So they lose a fight, and now they're going to end up losing Roshan as well.
Big damn fight for them. PL straight into the pit. Silencer, Quap, and Spirit Breaker are encircling the pit. Maybe there's something they can do here. It's not gonna be easy. There's still an ulti of Paparazzi. Yeah, these mines are just preventing him from approaching.
Goddamn techies. Let's see what Paparazzi decides to do as we find a disruption out onto DY. DY is gonna die back here. JT charges through 3 heroes at once, but can't do anything on the back end of their charge. Immediately forced into a retreat. While this is happening, Ember and the PL finish off the Roshan, claim the Aegis for Lu, and the rest of Xtreme Gaming can do absolutely nothing to stop it as they're forced to flee back to their side of the map.
Yeah, Aegis on Lu, Cheese now on Ember. That bottom fight really didn't go the way I expected it to, but you could see the power of Shadow Demon just saving and buying time. True lasso, true global silence. What happened exactly there? Like, was it a bit too late?
Yeah,
after the
global came a second too late, so he got off disruption. But then he global anyway, but he didn't realize on DY that he'd already been disrupted.
And as our boy Script is showing us, there's Demonic Cleanse, there's a shard on Shadow Demon. It was there, by the way, during the last fight, so he had that to work with. And he's getting Ags very, very soon now.
This Ags is terrifying.
Is under attack.
Once he has it available. Honestly, XG are already struggling to win these fights, and I think for them, the big issue is I don't think Chalice is the person they can initiate on anymore. Like, the BKB duration for me from Ghost has to go on to Lu. If Lu is still alive at the end of the BKB duration of Ghost, it feels like they've already won the fight. And we see now, Lasso goes out onto Tianming. Okay, that's a nice little freebie. There's no way that Azure Ray challenge you just for a techie skill, but they'll be glad Global is down at least.
Well, You're kind of counting on the fact that he's going to be dead for 40 seconds. So by the time they reach your base again, you'll have the global. It's obviously the cooldown is longer, but he needs to respawn, get there. And basically, by doing that, you're preventing them from freely pushing their high ground. And one thing needs to also be said: their high ground push is pretty bad on Radiant. Their objective taking isn't really that great.
Yeah. Because like their only option for taking these buildings is what? Pier or Timber, just stand there and then they poke it forever. It's not the easiest thing in the world. SD should be killed off here, but he's buying a lot of time and he has Blink Dagger, so it's not the easiest kill in the world. FY is still alive, will end up dead as multiple heroes stream in to kill him, but unfortunately multiple heroes stream in to protect him as well. JT, wonderful charge to get himself out of trouble.
I love how
any other angle and he's dead.
Yeah, I love how it took him a second to figure out where he can charge, because he didn't really see any creeps on the map. He didn't have a choice. He was like, oh, where do I charge? Where do I charge? Moves a little bit in circles, charges mid. Also has that Aghanim's moving towards the BKB next. I feel like this could be really strong for them if they continue playing like this. Just get these small pickoffs, just like this. You move way too fast on the map with these heroes. You don't have to make big grand smokes with globals. No. Just go in, kill a hero, move out.
JT, once he has the BKB as well, a much better presence in these fights. And also have another big item about to emerge. Ghost is buying the refresher for this Monkey King. And once he has this, double BKB. For me, honestly, double Wukongs is great, but it's the BKB that's really going to be instrumental to this hero. And top, you do see there's a charge going out. It's targeting Chalice, and JT actually connects all the way through. But they still do not have a gem on the side of Azure Ray, so he's allowed to make these moves and get out with relative safety.
He still has an Aegis for a minute. You don't want to take that fight. Maybe get another pick off on supports, and my god, did they make them waste the Aegis timing so damn well just by hunting down the supports.
Lu might at least be able to get a kill onto Kaka. Kaka is blinking 3, and it doesn't seem like the PL will get there close enough to cancel it.
It's good, Glimmer.
He will actually cancel it. Glimmer Cape will be there, forced off away, blink out. But, oh, dude, there's no way. Kaka, not
He's
even,
out,
oh my
he's
god.
out,
Kaka,
he's out.
oh my god. Dude, wow, okay.
Also,
I don't even have words of how cool that was.
Also, the fact that he blinked between the trees. And there's like one tree on the left, one on the right, so they couldn't see him without getting literally on top of him. Nicely done.
Kaka, god, what a player. This game really close at the moment. Even from a Dota Plus perspective, oh, Scriff, do it. Look at Dota Plus. Beautiful numbers are on our screen at the moment. Oh no, we missed the window. It was 50-50 for a beautiful moment in time. And it feels that way, right? That this game really does come down to what happens in the next couple of fights. And both teams have the tools necessary to win those engagements.
Yeah, it's all about the execution. As long as I feel like they don't completely jump the Timber like you called before. And I don't even think that jumping the PL is a great option. I think killing off the supports first is something that they should think about. Because they can do it, right? JT, he sees someone, he's a level 25 cow with Octarine. He's actually buying a refresher next, okay.
Let's
all
go.
Right, sir.
Double BKBs for everybody, baby. They're smoked up right now. Moving across the map, trying to see if they can collect any lives from Azure Ray. But unfortunately for them, they are playing very safely on the western part of the map. But as I say that, Lu goes up onto the high ground. He's not the person you want to go on, though, but they still make that decision. They jump this PL. Wukong's command will come out. I don't know if they can kill him. JT doesn't get off the charge, though, and they will not have an angle for the easiest nether strike. It does come out, but it's underneath the tier 2. And while this is happening, Somnus cleans up the supports on the back lines. Ghost is forced to pop BKB and just TP out. The same is true of Paparazzi, but JT has his BKB, but not using it just yet. This man has ice in his veins, Lizard. How he resisted using that item, I do not know. But it ultimately is meaningless because they still lose the fight.
Yeah, they did that one mistake, and that's they got baited on the PL. And Q's just not taking him down, even with everything you've got. It was a nice initiation on him. They pulled him far, far away from anyone that's able to help. But yeah, just not enough. Not enough damage. There's still a Shadow Demon around. That global and lasso will stop eventually. And then you're really suffering. Chalice goes in. The amount of damage from the Aghanim's PL is way too high.
Goes back with Nether Strike here. Dude, Chalice is actually on some god mode right now, doing everything in his power to delay this push. Unfortunately, his powers are limited. He is a mortal man, and he will end up losing this Rax middle. Might not be all as well as Azure Ray, considering heading to the top side of the map and lose here. And even without the Aegis, it's like you said, how do they reasonably kill him in the duration of time before his team can help him out?
Yeah, I think their biggest issue in this game right now is one silly neutral item, and that's Ninja Gear. Shadow Demon, FY, he's literally just sitting in Ninja Gear behind everyone.
Getting a nice charge from JT. Has Nether Strike, hasn't decided on a target yet. They go on Somnus, they drag him back. Actually, Kaka drags him outside of the Wukongs, so they run out of the damage necessary. Somnus will pop the cheese and live. Sonic Wave on the back edge of the fight onto the two supports, enables them to kill off FY and perhaps Tianming, but JT realizes that he's actually too far forward, so he lets Tianming live. Paparazzi forced to get back, and now they jump on the high ground, killing off DY. Ghost is all by his lonesome. No Wukongs, no BKB, no options, as he ends up at least killing off the PL. I'm not sure if he lives through this fight. He's still alive. Oh my god, Jingu Mastery, what a spell. Keeps him up. Chalice now forced to try and run away. JT will be there with the charge to finish him off. And Xtreme Gaming, in the defense of their lives, they hold the high ground, they win the fight, and they potentially turn the game, Liz.
Yeah, that was incredible defense. My god. I was worried that just as you were when they pulled him out of the Wukong's command, but they did it because of the Shadow Demon. He was on the other side, so you kind of have to gain as much distance as possible. But what it did is, even more important, it revealed Shadow Demon to everyone. He came a bit too close. Usually he's just cheeky, sitting in his ninja gear. You can't even see him, but look here, he's under vision for the first time. The moment you see him, you go on him. It's the Queen of Pain, Paparazzi, making the first move. You just have to kill off these two supports. The charge was connecting to him as well. And yeah, you lose the Spirit Breaker, and yeah, he has to buy back, but it's still a pretty solid fight. This game isn't over, I wouldn't say, and I wouldn't even say that they're completely back. They're 6k ahead, by the way, in net worth, but JT has to be very careful. He doesn't have buyback now.
JT does not have buyback. All these heroes from Azure Ray do, however, but neither of the three cores will end up using it. They'll pop the glyph. The high ground will be defended for now, but man, what an entertaining game of Dota. This is what you expect out of a game that determines a major slot. This degree of closeness and competition.
Yeah, 100%. And Roche is also very close, 30 seconds away. But unfortunately for Xtreme Gaming, it's not there yet. Everyone should be alive by the time it respawns.
We just had another save item being brought up by Azure Ray. So FY, not going to be the only one deployed on salvation duty. We have an E-Blade for the Timbersaw. So they can save targets within this Wukong's in the event the Queen of Pain has already used her spells.
They're smoking up. The problem for Azure Ray is they know they have to go now.
Somnus also just picked up a Lincoln Sphere, so they're using everything. They want this fight. They had some vision here. Ghost sitting in the trees. JT goes in with the charge yet again. Global Silence will come out. 3-hero Bounder Strike with a massive Wukong's command coming in from Ghost. Allows them to mop up FY. Chalice is super low. He dies as well. At the same time, Lou realizes that he honestly can't stick around in this fight. Him and Somnus trying to leave. The buybacks will be there from Timber and the Shadow Demon. Can they get back to the fight? Shadow Demon is here. Charge in onto Somnus before FY can really start the chain disables going. Monet will refresh. Secondary Wukong's comes out. It creates a zone of a barrier of entry that Azure Ray simply cannot pass.
No buybacks.
And in the meantime, they kill off FY. Get a dieback out of the Shadow Demon. Kaka steals their gem as well. And Somnus, he's trying to chase against Kaka. He really wants to get the gem back. Finds the Eternal Chains in. Dual Scepter into the air. And the rest of XG aren't here to help. So he does die. Gem is reclaimed by Xtreme. And oh my god, Azure Ray, find the Roshan. Xtreme Gaming might have to buy back and come in to defend this.
Yeah, they will. I don't think they found Roshan. Their Roshan is extremely slow. I believe there should be enough time. Let's see if they risk it. 50% on Rush already. Spirit Breaker needs to go in. Yeah, he's just gonna move in.
Goes in, pops BKBs, buying space and time. He knows they can't kill him off that quickly. He will charge in onto Chalice. There's going to be the last two as well. Eternals, sure, they do get the Echo Saber out, or the Echo Shell, which ends up killing off Kaka, but maybe if Chalice does die here, he's still alive and fighting. Ghost doesn't have Wukongs available, nor BKB. It's a dangerous place for him to be at this point in time, as Paparazzi also stunned up by these roots, jumped in by Somnus, who finds two heroes in the Eternal Chains. Papa blinks away at the last second. Sonic Wave to push back Chalice, and now they turn onto Somnus with Ghost, but Ghost gets saved or killed off because the salvation of the E-Blade goes to Somnus. They kill this Ghost Monkey King, and as he dies, Roshan is still available. JT finishes off Somnus though. Will die for this maybe?
Nope.
No, TP's out at the last second.
Yeah, TP's out at the last second. I feel like that was so close for Monkey to once again just completely win the fight, clutching it with Jingu Mastery, but Chalice saving his boys with a really clutchy blade. The way the fight began though was a little bit weird. I really thought that it's easy for Xtreme Gaming to take that. They had a numbers advantage. They had a ton of disables coming from the last, so they just lost Kaka immediately. He jumps in, a discharge, and JT, he did everything right, but Kaka here just dies instantly. No Glimmer, no Trickster's Cloak, nothing. And he bought back. So, unfortunately, they didn't have that disable for way too long.
What a wild fight though.
Yeah. I feel like one thing as well that they were missing is maybe someone to die and then buy back and go back in, like Paparazzi. Refresh everything, go back into the fight early on. Then you can perhaps help the Monkey harder. The Sonic Wave as well just pushed Chalice towards Monkey. It didn't really do a lot. Pushed him away from Queen of Pain, at least. Yeah, of course.
Strange game of Dota continues. PL just picks up a nullifier for himself, so Lu now has even further tools to try and fight into this Xtreme Gaming lineup. And I think they might need a nullifier for somebody on the side of XG to deal with this E-Blade. It's way too strong. Yeah, but way too much potential.
And the problem is, it doesn't help. They're E-Blading the Monkey King. Post BKB as well, right?
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah.
It can help early. It can waste some seconds off of his BKB as he's hitting a target that is E-bladed. But that last fight, it just went onto the Monkey.
So where does the balance of power lie right now? Dota Plus claims it's still 50-50 at the moment.
I wouldn't say it. Yeah. It all depends, right? Because there's a lot of heroes without buybacks. There's a lot of pick-off potential. So it just might as well be 50-50. But I'd value the team that has Aegis a bit higher.
Well, let's see how they utilize that Aegis as they're going in for a fight right now. We're all smoked up on Azure Ray. The illusion of PL will scout DY for a moment, and they really want to chase him down. Even with these 4 stars, can they save him? If PL gets close enough, he'll find the inhibit. That'll get the kill. But DY looks like with the ninja gear, should be able to get away to safety.
Kaka though.
But this fight's not over yet. Kaka, he thought about it. He sees Somnus, but he knows that they've got defense behind him. So they don't jump him just yet. In the meantime, though, the jump happens in the river. JT forced to pop BKB. Sonic Wave going on to FY. They want to kill the Shadow Demon, and they do. Tianming will come next. And now maybe they can fight this. XG throw in the Wukong's command from Ghost. They really want to keep Lu inside this. Lu managing to dodge away from the charge of JT. But now he's surrounded by these dire heroes. He's still in the fight, though. BKB popped now by Ghost as they're turning in onto Chalice. Timbersaw forced to try and run away from this engagement. But he's been jumped on by Paparazzi. But Papa's running out of mana. They might not have all the catch in the world. Kaka, though, helps them out as he jumps in with the lasso.
Is there a
Even
charge?
though there was a Lotus Orb, they still do find the kill. And now, potentially, there is a charge onto onto Lu. They found him. Nether Strike will be there as well. PL is gonna die. That's life 1. But for life 2, they have Wukong's, another one. And they almost certainly have the necessary damage. He does do a very good job dodging the initial charge knockback of JT.
He has no manta.
But there's almost nothing he can do to survive this one. Jumps onto the low ground, trying with all his might to do some trickster plays. But unfortunately for him, XG is onto him. They find him, they kill him, and they reassert themselves as a dominant team in game 1.
Dire's middle tower has
Incredible initiation really from them, as well as Kaka just baiting them in, showing where he is on that right side as a bat rider. Meanwhile, Shadow Demon following in together with Techies, thinking, okay, we can connect to my teammates, right? I can connect, I can make a difference. Nope, bro, you can't. If you are seen, if you are scouted, you are also very much charged. This level 30 Spirit Breaker is a menace. You cannot deal with him. Paparazzi as well, jumping in the backlines. And together with the Spirit Breaker, just eliminating the Shadow Demon. I feel like one issue that Azure Ray, is having is they don't have BKB piercing abilities. Or a very limited amount, if anything. Yeah,
what do they have? They have like Demonic Purge, I guess? That's pretty much it?
I mean, more of like a good disable.
Actual stun.
Yeah.
Well, Nether Strike is an example of a BKB piercing ability that can be very effective. They utilize it to kill off the techies whilst Paparazzi and the crew now force a buyback out of Lu. And Lu, he's here to try and defend his base.
You just back out, right? Like if you're Xtreme Gaming, absolutely no reason to fight here. You just force the buyback on the PL. This is literally your win condition now. Yep, perfect. Perfect initiation from them. It didn't kill the Shadow Demon. He managed to disrupt and blink out, but just forcing the PL's buyback, exactly what you wanted.
So we're approaching soon the next tier of neutral items to be available for this game. Azure Ray, is there any neutral item you can foresee changing the game fundamentally for them once they pick it up?
I'm thinking, wait. I don't think anything changes it massively.
The only thing they can hold on to right now as they lose techies is the fact that they did get that lane of racks through metal. The game is definitely easier than it would have been had they failed to do that earlier on.
Kaka, he's thinking about it. He doesn't have a lasso though. However, he gives vision. JT goes in.
Does JT die again in this game?
Radiant's courier has been
Probably not.
He has 4.3k health, 2.6k protection with the shield rune, BKB, Aster.Aries, Lincoln's refresher. I don't think he dies again.
He might sacrifice himself once or twice because he has buyback, right? So he might be the one that dives really deep, creates space, and dies that way. But overall, they do have a tank breaker in Timbersaw, but they just don't have enough damage for him.
Sumner's just picked up a Hex, so that's some additional control for them. Really has been lacking in that department for the most part.
Yeah, I feel
Now
like
that they have this, at least it's something.
Yeah, I feel their problem is usually Spirit Breaker charging the backlines, giving control, and Queen of Pain jumping with him and giving the damage. If they could at least somehow control the co-op and kill her off when they're doing this tandem move, perhaps that would be enough.
Xtreme Gaming very happy to just close in map, make it feel a bit more claustrophobic for the moment. Everybody has buybacks on the AR, on the Xtreme Gaming lineup. AR waiting for buyback to come back for the PL, and they don't have enough gold for Ember, Timber, and the techies also want a cooldown on the buyback. And of course, the classic move here is once you're controlling the enemy side of the map, you start stealing their tormentors, you take their wisdom runes, you deny them any inroad into the later portion of the game.
The planner pocket. Cool, even harder to kill him.
Right now, the one bright spot for the side of Azure Ray is that this Monkey King is finished. He's buying Moonshot next. Maybe he has space for one more item, but for the most part, he is not going to get that much stronger for Ghost. Sadly, though, Lou is also pretty high up in terms of being tapped out.
Does he sing the Devil's Song from Tenacious D? I am complete.
I am complete.
Damn! Damn! Oh, you know it. Nice. I love it. I wasn't sure you were gonna know the movie.
I got you, bro. Well, the question is, what do Azure Ray got? What now? I have no idea what to do next for them. They will smoke, but who do you jump on? Who's the actual person that would make it viable for them to win a fight as their first target?
Kaka isn't the one. I feel like still, if you kill off DUI first, it would be nice, but it doesn't even make that much of a difference. He's got buybacks. Buyback global from the silencer will still hurt you. If you're AR, maybe Quap. I feel like perhaps she's the most killable, let's put it that way. And she would just change the way the fight is played. If you kill her off, I feel like Xtreme Gaming can't really fight that easily anymore. Easier said than done though, right?
It's easy, simple. You just have to get past 4,000 health, a Shiva's Guard, BKB, 33 armor, a refresher, so it's like what, 12 seconds of BKB, 2 Shivas, 2 Sonic Waves, simple.
I mean, if they initiate it on her, can they bring her from 100 to 0? Probably not. Like, you have, what, 1 Hex and that's it, right? That's just not enough. I think that's their biggest issue in this whole game is the lack of control and the lack of some abyssal that goes through BKB. There's no one that buys these items. Like, you can buy a Basher on PL, but it's not good. Doesn't feel great.
Radiant's middle tower is under
Here,
attack.
we are qualifying for a major. Whichever team wins this best of 3 goes to Bali. Right now, Xtreme Gaming putting themselves in the best possible light. Gonna get the Roshan, Aegis Cheese, and a refresher shard. Who got the shard? Did you give it to the Monkey King, maybe? Batrider? Batrider got it, okay. By the way, this is now officially the longest game in China.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay, congratulations, Snare. Congratulations, production.
Congratulations, Lizard.
Congratulations, Twitch chat. You're a part of history. You will all be memorized in some way or form, I'm sure. We should write down the names of every Twitch chatter and just make a monument for them.
You were there when the longest Chinese game in 2 or 3 of the 2023 DPC, when it happened. Oh, that's funny.
Finally, Twitch chat being a part of something great happens.
What's also funny about this game being the longest in China is that it's the longest for us in China, but we had the shortest longest game. So the average duration in China is fairly normal, but the longer games in China are short compared to the international standard, except this one. This one is now up there.
Yep. I didn't even expect it to really get to tier 5 items, really, but we are getting there, and let's look at them. Mirror Shield. Okay.
That's pretty pog.
How does it work versus charge? Are you going to start charging him?
I think so, if I remember correctly. That's how it's supposed to be like Echo Shell.
Yeah, if it's like Echo Shell, yeah, that's how it works.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Mirror Shield on Kaka as well.
You see now a charge going in onto Chalice. The Echo Shell comes a little bit too late to protect him, but he doesn't need it for now. Ghost and the boys, they just want the racks. Ghost taking a fair amount of damage from this Chakram. Lu is doing quite a bit of work, just spamming out these illusions, and lots of bombs plopped in by Tianming. It's delaying proceedings for now, and XG, one of the easiest way getting in here.
Ah, man, this is just so silly. Everyone getting Mirror Shield, everyone just breaking those spells. Only Lu wants to be a pirate.
Right now, Lu, Still spamming the damage. Look how low Ghost actually got. They popped the Global Silence to Dragon, Chalice, but I'm not sure Chalice is the one that will really turn this fight around for them. They should be able to kill off the Timber and FY. Both of them buy back, however, and Lu potentially trying to get involved in this fight. Ghost doesn't really want to actually take an engagement. He just wants these racks. Pops the Wukongs to open up the space for him, but he needs to worry now, because he's starting to run out of HP. Pops the BKB, Somnus goes to the back end of the fight, looking at the Batrider and the Silencer.
Somnus?
They catch him out though with these stuns. Somnus is still alive, hasn't been killed off just yet, but will finally die. Does have buyback though. In the meantime, Tian Ming, he went in as well and he got killed off. Lu is trying to siege up against Paparazzi. A Sonic Wave will come in to kill off FY. Somnus finally buys back into the fray, but it might be too late. A secondary Wukongs dropped in by Ghost for this fight. And the rest of Xtreme Gaming now starting to think about whether or not it's viable to retreat. They do indeed think it's the right call. Buybacks have been drawn, a Rax has been claimed, enough has been gained that they will now go home in safety.
Absolutely. 4 buybacks basically baited out. Is there anyone on their side that died even? Not really, right? Like, they lost the Aegis, but that's about it. Yeah, move back, heal up, refresh all your abilities, wait out the refresher orbs, go in again. I think that's a viable path. It was scary how fast Monkey died that first time though. Like, they really got him, but
Yeah.
also you could see that XG, they weren't really worried too much about that first life. They didn't even use global or anything like that. They just waited it out, used it after.
So for tier 5 neutral items, on the side of AR, we got a Pirate's Hat for this PL, which does feel like a very good item. Ember has Mirror Shield with his Lincolns. Nothing yet for Timber, and nothing for the supports at this point.
Yeah, they can't really.
Let's see.
They can't really get to these items. You can see that, like, how do you leave them, the base, right? JT is in your base right now.
JT is the base. 5,000 health on the Spirit Cow. Damn, that's some prime beef if you can slice up this cow at this moment. And they jump in. They find Tian Ming with the Spirit Cow. Haven't been able to kill off the techies just yet, but with the Global Silence, it looks like they will manage to do so. Somnus on the far right side of the fight. He's been used up into the air. If they kill him off, it's a dieback for the Ember, but he does manage to get away to a little bit of safety. The Lincolns keeps him alive, but unfortunately he will end up dead. Wukong's command dropped now by Ghost on top of Lu. The PL needs to run. Glimmer Cape buying him a little bit of time here. Can they do anything to stop the onslaught of XG with only 3v5? It doesn't look like it. JT even gonna charge back in from the base onto Chalice directly, so they might even threaten his life. Ghost is falling a bit low here. Does have to pop the Satanic. Last Lu goes in onto Chalice, so Lu realizes he can't do it all by his lonesome. FY Netherstruck and killed off. They find and kill Chalice. Nope, still alive. He's still running. I don't think he's gonna run for much longer though. And they eventually kill him off. Lu is the lone survivor. Netherstrike was about to come, but eventually emerges. It's on the wrong one, but it doesn't matter. GG, well played, has been called. And Azure Ray throw in the towel to grant XG game number 1.